Hello guys, so in this video I will give you an overview of JUnit. So before starting uh, giving you an idea about JUnit, I assume you know little bit about Java, specifically Java 8, you know about Maven, you have worked on some smaller projects. Now to begin with JUnit, first question which comes in your mind, what is JUnit and why we need JUnit? So JUnit is a unit testing framework. Right now, more than 60 to 70% developer are using JUnit as a unit testing framework. It is simple, easy to use and cross-platform. It is open source also. Let me switch on to the IntelliJ IDE and show you how you can add it into Maven project, and then we will write few simple test cases. So I have two classes. One is the name finder, which is having a method, just one method, which is taking a name, a string name, and it has a list, and it already contains few names: John, Mike, and Powell. Now our method job is to find whether this name already exists or not, and based on that it is returning a boolean. And the second class is just a main method, main class. Okay, so this is expected as same doesn't exist in the list. Now let me change the name and keep it as a Powell. Now let me run it again, and true, which is expected as our list already contains a name Powell. Now as we have to write a JUnit for this functionality, first we have to add a dependency. All right, so we have JUnit dependency in our class path project. Now I want to write a JUnit test case one by one. So this is at the rate before. This annotation is used to third, which is you want it to be run just before your test case. So it usually we use this annotation when we write a method for setup of a data or something. You can write it here. Then it is our actual test, which is a test case which will give us a value, and we can compare the actual and expected value. This is the assertion, assert equals 1. So what should be the expected value? Expected value is true. If it is returning a true, our test case should pass, and if it is returning a false, our test case should fail. This is our expectation. And this is the at the rate after annotation, which is used as a cleanup activity. So if we are done with our test case, we can run whatever code we want to run here as a cleanup activity. So we can delete our test data, or we can remove any files or something, we can write it here. Now this is very important annotation, which is if you want any test case to be ignored in the build, and if you are running a Maven clean install, if you want to ignore this test case, you can write a @ignore. Now let me comment out this ignore and let me run the class. All right, so as expected, before test run, this method executed, our test executed, and then after test run, this method execute to false. and rerun. Our test case is failing, which is expected. Now let me show you another important thing. Now if I'm running this, I'm building this project. Yes, passed. Test run, one test case run. Now let me ignore this test case.